What's up, guys? This is Marc Olsen from backgammongalaxy.com. Today we're gonna do a quiz video. There's this wonderful website called bgtrain.com. It's up here in the corner. bgtrain.com, made by a Greek programmer called Georgios Sampanakis, and it's really a lovely site. As you can see, I've played almost 2,000 positions with this account, Iniesta Speed, and I also have this account, Iniesta, where I played more than 1,000 positions. So actually I've been quite a active user on BG Train throughout the years, and I feel like it's improving my game, especially positions where you have to think really deeply about the answers, and it also comes in handy when you're doing a backgammon quiz. I think actually I have the record in the Mochi quiz with 44 correct answers, and that summer, I think it was 1 or 2 summers ago in Monte Carlo, and I had been training so much with BG Train before that tournament, and when I came there and had the quiz, it was like my brain was already used to doing quiz positions, so it's highly recommendable. bgtrain.com, check it out. Okay, let's do some positions here. I'll see if I can explain my thought process when we go through the positions. Okay, so here is a double one. Always look at the score. It's a 5-point match, and we are 3 away, 4 away, and we're up 52 pips. Okay. That means that and the cube is given. Gammons win the match, which is nice, but it also shoots a little bit over target, since we only need 3 points to win. Since what's the race here? 52 pips. So we are in the Gammon race zone, you could say. Like, we do have a chance of winning Gammon here. It's not big though. If we had a larger chance of winning Gammon, I might get aggressive here and peel off for checkers. By the way, these positions are always super hard. They are taken from a database with real human errors or blunders, I think. So some of the positions are really challenging. Okay, so double aces. So should I be aggressive and take off for checkers? Go for the Gammon. Let's see. Let's count the number of crossovers our opponent has. So these 2 checkers have 2, 4, 6 check crossovers, and this checker here has 2 crossovers, and then he needs to have 1 more crossover to take a checker off. So that's a total of 9 crossovers. Okay, so 9 crossovers for the opponent. What about us? We have 11 crossovers here after we peel off 4 checkers. So it's pretty unlikely that we're gonna win a Gammon, and for that reason I think we should worry more about this gap here on the 4 point and play something like this. This will make it much less likely that we will leave a shot, and increase our winning chances quite substantially. And since our Gammon rates are quite low anyway, I think this is the right idea. Okay, and the last 2, this would be the most flexible choice. There is a middling play like this. Does it leave any shots? 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, the high doubles. Nope, it doesn't leave any shots. It's a little bit vulnerable if you get like a double 6 or double 5 next time. You might get this ugly structure with a uneven number of checkers on the rearmost point, but it doesn't leave any direct numbers that leave a shot. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna fill out the gap here, and then the question is, how aggressive do I become? This is so safe. I think I'm gonna do the middling play. It seems reasonably safe, and I do have a little bit of Gammon after I make this play. If I make the safe play, there's 0 Gammon. So I think it's a worthy trade-off. I sacrifice a little bit of safety, but I do get a little bit more Gammon. So let's submit the move. Okay, so this was a small error. The best play was... Okay. Interesting. Look how difficult this is. Obviously, it's not a big blunder either way. taking 4 off would have been a good move according to GNU 3 ply, but the best play was this play. Guess it's something about how the numbers play next time. Then you can play a high number from the 6 point, then you have a stripped 6 point, and so this is more flexible apparently than this number. Okay, super difficult. Let's move on. 4-3. So this is a mutual holding game, which can very easily turn into a race because the contact zone is just 3 pips here, not a lot of contact, and we're down 17 pips. So we'll be down 10 pips after the move. That's not good because this looks very race-minded because of the low degree of contact here. But since we're down in the race, of course we don't want to break the contact zone. We're gonna keep the contact as much as possible. Are there any reason to move the checkers from the 12 point here? I don't think so. I think I just want to keep those checkers there. I mean, why would we move like this? Would that be more flexible? It would be. We will definitely avoid leaving a shot at a 6 later on. But I mean, if we play something like this, we still have 2 6s to play. What else can we play? Oh, what else we can play? This one as well. But this one is not too good, I think, because then the 6s play bad. Then we have to bury with the 6s. So I like this one more, and then our 6s can still be played efficiently, and we have a spare deposit here of 2 6s to be played. I would just move this. I think, yeah, I would never over the board clear this point. The idea of clearing this point would be that you stack up a lot of spare checkers and mobility here in the 7 and 8 point, 7, 8, 9 point, and then you will basically never crunch your position. You could crunch here if you get really unlucky. If you roll a 6 twice in a row, you clear these 2 checkers, and then you're forced to move a 6. But he has to roll as well, so I would just do this play. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this is the quiz factor. Okay, so any play that breaks the contact is obviously wrong. We got that one right, but GNU 3 ply prefers this variation. Oh. I see. Because we're not going to get a shot next turn anyway. He's going to move this spare checker. And this is by far the most racing efficient move. I like this play because there's such little contact here. Only 3 pips of contact zone. So most of the time it's just going to turn into a race. So this is the racing play. You maximize your checker distribution. I kind of like this move. You can click on this one, restore position. This is the original position. Yeah, I see it now. Just maximize your race equity. Nice. Very difficult though. Okay. So this is a cube action. We're up 27 pips. Our opponent is on the bar. It's 5 point match, 0-0. So it's gotta be at least a double. So the question is whether it's too good. I don't think, obviously he cannot take this cube down 27 pips on the roof against a 5 point board. So is it too good? I don't think it's too good because, first of all, if we did have a close board, let's say these 2 checkers were here on the 3 point, so we did indeed have a close inner board, then we would have gammon chances because the reference position is that if this was on the bar, so you have 2 checkers on the bar and all the rest of the checkers are in here in the inner board, then you win 40% gammon. That's the reference position. And it's almost similar if you have 1 checker on the bar and 2 checkers on the 12 point. That's also around 40%. So in this position, red is a little bit better off because this checker is 2 pips away from the midpoint and this checker here is 6 pips forward direction from the midpoint. So the gammon rate must be definitely lower than 30% if we had a close board. And we don't. I mean, this is just single roll, red is threatening to come in, not just to save the gammon, but also to get a little bit of contact value. So I don't think this is too good to double. I mean, it could be your... But the swing variable for me is the fact that he has a closed board, so any fly shot will destroy us. So I would just double this. I don't think there's enough gammon in it. Let's see. Yeah, it was correct. No double is a small blunder. It's simply not good enough to play on too good to double. Next position. 3-2. Okay, the race is quite even. We'll be up 1 pip after the race. It's 0-0 to 5. So this is the 3, I think. That's very nice to make an outside point. And since we're up 1 pip, we want to do this? I think so. I don't really see any other deuce because you don't want to play... You don't want to play this one. That strips the midpoint too early. So that would be like a deterioration of our position. Actually, it's not a. It would be a liability rather than an asset. You obviously don't want to stack the 6 point. That's also a liability. Yeah, I don't really see any other play. And if we were down in the race, we don't want to step up because then we just want to maximize contact. But here, since we're up a pip and we don't really have any other deuce to play, I mean, we could play 2 down. We have pretty good chances in a priming game, actually. We have 13 checkers here. If we could start forming a prime, since his back checkers haven't moved yet. He has the better prime structure, but he's only priming 1 checker, while we're priming 2 checkers. So it's quite even in a priming game. Probably red has a slight advantage. But if we step up, now all of a sudden we activate his blitz value. He has 11 checkers in the zone. That's a lot. He's gonna attack. But at least we have a tight front position. This 3 is easy. Is it too big to step up? Nah, let's just step up. Keep a tight front position. Okay, it was close. That's brutal. We get losing rating points. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I felt like it was actually close after I thought about it. In the beginning, I just wanted to step up, but then I felt like, okay, we're actually activating a lot of blitz value from red by stepping up. So maybe we just want to strip the midpoint and stay back in safety. So that was the right play here, but it was close. Next position. Technical bear off position. So we have this play, 2 checkers off. That's pretty good. I think that maximizes gammon chances. This one, now we have 7 crossovers. Let's count the opponent's crossovers. So this checker has 1, 2, 3 to get into the inner board, 2 and 1. So 3, 2, 1, and then 1 out to save the gammon. A total of 7 crossovers, and he will be on roll. So if we play this play, we'll have 7 crossovers as well. And he will be on roll, so I think he will be a favorite to save the gammon here. However, if we make this play, now we have 5 crossovers. Now we're going to be a favorite to save a gammon. We do get hit more often, but I mean, I think we're going to go for the gammon here. The clue is that the gammon race is quite close. You see, if we're an underdog to win the gammon, if we don't make this move, we're an overdog, or whatever you want to call it, a favorite to win the gammon if we make this move. So I'm pretty sure here that we need to make the aggressive gammon move. Yeah, it's correct. It's a blunder not to make the move, and the key is that we gotta fight for the gammon here. 6-2. Okay. So it's just to play a 6. Usually you just want to keep the 6 prime, obviously, but in this case our opponent is actually threatening quite well here with this flexible, all these spare checkers to counter prime our 6 prime, and that would be a little bit annoying. So I think we should shift into a blitz and make this play and exploit the fact that red has a lot of blots right now and that he still hasn't developed his prime structure to more than a 4 prime. I think that's the right way to go here. If here we risk getting counter primed, and the threat is quite severe, isn't it? I mean, he makes this point, then we have to move something. Then he has some timing as well. He has this checker to move, so he's not going to crunch. Obviously, it's a big liability for the opponent to have this checker buried, but I mean, he does have quite a lot of timing here. I would be scared getting counter primed. So if we do this, aren't we quite clear favorites here? I think we are. Let's do the blitz move. Let's hope we get it right. Oh yes, it's big time. Correct. Yeah. Big blunder. A quarter of a point in equity difference by making the prime play versus the blitz play. Okay, cool position. 5-2. So this was a crunched back game, which sucks big time. We need to find a way out here. I'm more worried about saving the gammon than I am about winning the game. This game will be basically impossible to win. And notice that he's 4 away, we're 3 away, so we really don't want to lose the gammon. So what's the best way to save the gammon here? I think we need to stay in the back game here, simply just to avoid getting blitzed. If we do something like this, we risk getting blitzed down here. That's not something we want to do. So I mean, no. That's this play. It's annoying to get hit because we'll lose more gammons if we get hit. What else could we do? We could do this. We could do this because these checkers are doing... It's quite nice to have them here because they can move and we can save gammon. But if we open up for the back game, then he's gonna blitz. But at the same time, we do want to run, start the escape. If we get stuck for too long down here in the back game, we might lose a racing gammon. If we get hit, we will lose some gammons. I think we need to stay in the back game simply just to save the gammon. Does it make any sense to hit? I don't think it does. This is just way too big. We're gonna get gammoned here too much. So we shouldn't play for the win. We should play for to save the gammon. Okay, I'll make this move. Nice. I found the best play. Yeah. Okay, so all the top ranked plays are the ones that stay in the double anchor just to not get blitzed. That's the key. Next position. Another bear off. Okay, again, let's count the crossovers. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. These two have 2, 4, 6, 6, and these have, this is 3, and then 1 to get out. So that's a total of 14 crossovers, and he's on the bar, so that's gonna delay his entry. And how many crossovers do we have? We have 13 before the move, so we are favorites, definitely clear favorites to win the gammon here. So we don't have to play aggressively for the gammon. We can play this move as safe as possible. So this is one play, and this is actually, maybe this one is even safer. I think this one is safer. It does slow down our bear off a little bit. What about this one? The thing is here, if we get let's say we get a large double and we clear these 4 points, then we might end up with an uneven number here on the 3 point. So I'm thinking 2 steps ahead. This one is safer. It does give a slightly slower bear in though. There's a little bit to be said about fighting for the gammon here, because if he gets a 4 immediately, he could save the gammon. Whereas here, now we're down to 12 crossovers. But we do have that slightly annoying structure here where we leave a shot with 6-2, double sixes, double fives, and double fours. So that's a total of 5 numbers out of 36. Whereas if we play this one, it's just 6-2. It's just 2 out of 36. I'm gonna go for this one. Typically that's a rough way to lose rating points. So we found the right play, just not the right variation. It's quite a big error to take a checker off, but this one was slightly better. I think this one is slightly more safe, but this one wins slightly more gammons because you get a little bit faster bear off distribution. So I mean, they're close. As long as you make one of those two plays, you'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna hit with the 4. So now the question comes, what about the deuce? We should always be on the lookout for these shifting plays if it adds cover numbers. It doesn't add the number of direct builders. It's gonna be 2 either way. So I think the question here is whether to remove the slot or to keep the slot. And if we keep the slot, I'm probably gonna play this one. Yeah, minimize the double hitters from the bar, minimize the blood count. Let's see. Okay, so the general rule when you're considering whether to keep the slot or pick up the slot is you have to ask yourself, how much work do I have to do in this position to win? So usually if you're still behind a prime, for instance, if you're behind a prime, you would still need a lot of work to be done in order to win the game, and that's gives you an incentive for keeping the slot and then trying to cover it to get the closeout. However, if you have full freedom, like we do here, you don't really have a lot of work to do. It's quite easy to cruise the position home, and that gives you an incentive to just bury the checker because you don't really need efficiency anymore to form a prime structure. In this case, we do have full freedom. All of our back checkers has escaped. However, we are down in the race by 7 pips after the move, which gives us an incentive to keep the slot and try to go for the closeout. Another thing that I'm noticing here is that we're down 5 away, 2 away, and the cube is in the middle. If we have a cube next roll, if we play safe and he enters with 3-1, for instance, if we have a cube, then we should probably play safe just to keep the volatility low and don't lose our cube. But I don't think we have a cube if he enters immediately with a 3. However, if we keep the slot, we definitely have a cube. We're gonna scoop the position, so all of the winning chances he has in this position is gonna be scooped by us, and we take a full point, all of the equity. For that reason, I think we need to keep the slot. Yeah. We could increase our number of covers by doing this, but I think it's an overplay. I like this one more. Decreasing the blood count, because if he enters with a 3, we could get we don't want 2 checkers on the bar. 1 checker is survivable. 2 checkers is pretty much gammon loss if we're unlucky. Okay, let's play this way. Keep the slot. This was a big blunder. Okay. Maybe I misjudged. There's something that I didn't pay enough attention to. Red is crunched, which means that it's less dangerous to get hit, and it's also, there's a lot of wastage here in the race, so the race value is lower for red because of those buried checkers here. So actually the pip count is cheating us a little bit. The race is pretty even, and for that reason we could probably cube after any position here where we don't get hit. Okay, another difficult problem. Double sixes. We're down in the race, but we're gonna have an almost even race after the move. So what's our plan here? Okay, since we're not ahead in the race, we prefer to keep the contact. As long as it's not on the, as long as we're not sacrificing obvious race equity by burying lots of checkers on the ace point or something like this, then we prefer to keep the contact zone as big as possible, since we're not up in the race. It's quite even, but we're a little bit down actually. We're down 1 pip and the opponent is on roll. So let's keep the 16 point. So now we just gotta figure out the best way to play it. I mean, we could play this, but this is ugly. This is this is ugly to put that dilly builder on the deuce point. What about this play? It's much more efficient. So we sacrifice a little bit of contact here, but we maximize our flexibility and mobility with all these checkers. I think I like this play more. And he's not gonna leave us a direct shot anyway. It's not like he rolls 6-2 and then he's gonna pay now and leave us a direct shot, because if we hit with a deuce, 2-1 covers, 2-2 covers both actually, 2-3 covers one of them, 2-4 covers one of them, 2-5 covers one of them, 2-6 covers. So it's like our hitting numbers are pretty strong, even though we have 2 blots in our inner board. I think this is the way to go. What else could we do? Then there's this one, but we are creating wastage in the race, and this is a mutual holding game, so we have to think about the race. So I don't like that move. I think I like this one better. This is the most racing efficient move as well. Yeah, that's the best play. 6-1. Okay, again a mutual holding game position. We're down 5 away. 3 away to 5. Okay, our opponent has these 2 blots here. That's perhaps something we can exploit, but maybe not. The race is even. We're gonna be up 6 pips after the move. So I mean, obviously this is the 6, right? What else could we possibly play? We want to make the 5 point. And now with the ace, I mean, the obvious play is this one. Don't leave any shots. It's a mutual holding game. Why would we make something like this? Will we get tempted by the 2 blots? It seems like a crazy play to me. Like the hitting numbers also covers a lot, so I don't see any reason to do that. Just protect the race leads. I mean, isn't this a clear play? No. Really? Wow. I want to check with extreme gammon. I mean, GNU 3-ply is very strong, so GNU is probably right. But I'm getting a little bit curious here. Let me check this position with extreme gammon real fast. Let's see. So he had an anchor on the... It was like this. I think it was like this, right? Yeah. So this is the position, and it's match play. 5-point match. We're down 0-2. Wow. It is indeed the right play. Okay, so let's try to figure out why this is the right play. With my play, we do have a nice prime structure here. We definitely do. And we have a small race lead in a mutual holding game. But it's not just a mutual holding game, this one actually. Maybe that's the key. The thing is that he has a slightly deeper anchor on the 3-point, while we have the advanced anchor on the 20-point. So by playing this move, yeah, because we still have this point, so we have a 4-point board. So he can't really hit. Like if he gets a 5-2 for instance and he chooses to hit, which he probably has to do. We have so many dangerous return shots. We probably have a cube from the bar actually. Okay. So this was like a, yeah, because we have the stronger inner board, 4-point board versus 2-point board, and the 2 blots, we can play very bold here and try to go for the most flexible one and hopefully make a 5 prime. Okay, cool. There's also another thing here. The fact that we're up in the race, it means that we're gonna run out of timing a little bit too soon. So we don't necessarily want to go into a full scale priming battle here. Even though that we're winning the priming battle, it's not obviously the right game plan. It could be that we just want a strong inner board and then start running. Okay, let's play a couple of positions more. 5. Okay, I need a big excuse not to hit here. I need a really big excuse. Oh, I see an excuse. Look at the score. We're 1 away, 3 away post Crawford. So if we lose a Gammon, we're gonna lose the match. So we're playing just as much to avoid losing a Gammon as we are to win this game. And for that reason, I'm pretty sure that we shouldn't hit. We should just play safe and avoid losing the Gammon. Yeah, it's a clear play. It's a blunder to hit. 3-1. Aha. Down 16 pips. 5 away, 5 away. The cube is on the opponent's side of the board. Okay, so since we're down, we need to contain the back checker. So this is a containment game. And for that reason, we really like structure. Structure is the key. So we could play the ace here and then play this one. This gives a very nice structure. He has no way of escaping without leaving at least a double shot. 6-2, 5-3 leaves a double shot. That's pretty good. But the question is, I think, if we should play slightly more aggressive like this, take a chance while your opponent still has a little bit of underdevelopment in his inner board to try to force the prime. I think this is the right idea, but let's just count the numbers. So after this play, we get hit by 6-3, 6-2, 5-3, and that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So 6 out of 36. However, every time we don't get hit, we are really happy that we made this play. Another thing is, because of this blot here, and the fact that he has to use 2 dice to come out and make a hit, that means that we will definitely have this blot to shoot at if we were to get hit. And let's say he hits the checker here in the 9 point. We have a lot of return shots from the bar. I'm pretty sure this is the right play. Let's see. Yeah, it's the right play. This is a play that I like. I call it a semi-slot, because sometimes you need to slot, for instance, in front of the prime. But this is risky because it leaves a direct shot. A semi-slot is where you spread out blots in the outer field, and you leave like perhaps half the amount of shots in that a direct slotting play would. So this is a semi-slot, and usually when you can make a flexible semi-slot, it's better than overplaying and making a normal slot. Okay, 2-1. Oh, this is a hyper Gammon position. I call these ones hyper Gammon positions since basically the game is just 3 checkers moving. That's all that's left in this game. And hyper Gammon positions are highly tactical, so we need to be sure of the numbers here. I'm very sure that we should not stay here 6 pips away from our opponent. We need to move this checker. What about the race? Okay, we're gonna have an even race after the move, and our opponent's gonna be on roll. However, he has a little bit more wastage than us, but not much. It's pretty close race. But he's definitely a favorite since he will have the direct shot however we move, and he has a slight race advantage as well since it's even pips and he's on roll. So I want to begin by moving the ace, because here we're gonna get a direct shot if he rolls 6-4, 6-3, 6-2, and 6-1. And what about 4-2 as well? 4-3. Yeah, 4-5 and 4-1 is hitting, obviously. What about the threes? The threes he can play from here. 3-2, yeah. 3-1. Yeah, that's the numbers that leave a direct shot. So that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 numbers. A total of 12 numbers that leaves a direct shot if we make this ace and move the deuce here. However, this deuce is a little bit bad for the race actually. So if we do like this, if we move this deuce instead, we're better off. This would be maximizing our race equity. But here, now we're making a smaller number good. We prefer actually duplicating his good racing numbers, which are the high numbers. But we do also decrease the number of hitters. So there's a balance here where we want to get some return shot on him, and we don't want to give him too many hitting shots. It could be that we also have this play. Okay, so let's see that if we were on the 17 point, it was 12 numbers that our opponent left us a shot with. Okay, let's count now that we're on the 16 point. So again, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. Oh, we get some fives here. 5-3, 5-2, 5-1. What about the fours? The fours are gonna hit. That's not that's not something we're happy about. So the fours are no good. What about the threes? 3-1 will hit. 3-2 can be played from here. So that's it. Okay, that's it. So how many was this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Also 12. Okay, so it's the same number of shots that we get. However, we maximize our race here because we played a more racing efficient ace and we got a little bit closer to home on the 16 point rather than the 17 point. So I think I prefer this move over the other move. Then we have this play here. Let's count the numbers that leaves us a shot. It's 6-1, 6-2. That's it. And then some fives. 5-2, 5-1. And the fours. We also get some fours. 4-2, 4-1. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Another move that 12 rolls leaves us a direct shot here. We get closer to home, which is better for the race. However, we duplicate a lower number, or we give a hitting shot on a lower number, a 3, rather than a 4, whereas we prefer that he would duplicate his high numbers to be hitting numbers, because if, for instance, if we could be here on the midpoint, on the 13 point, it would be his worst racing number that all of a sudden become really good because it hits. It's the same principle here, even though it's a small detail from going from a 4 that hits to a 3 that hits. There is also some racing efficiency by playing this ace over here. I think this is difficult because it's super tactical. I'm not sure what the right play, but I think I have a preference for this move. Let's see. Oh, I found the best play. This one was tricky. Okay. Number 2 was this one. Number 3 was this one. Number 4 was this one. Yeah, this is the worst play. This is a blunder to stay on the 18 point. Okay, let's take one more position. We're up 13 pips. We're down in the match, 5 away, 3 away. The cube has already been given, so we can make the blitzing move here, the offensive move, trying to go for a closeout, or we can make the double match point move. For sure, this move wins more games because it breaks the contact and achieves freedom with our back checkers. And we're way up in the race, so this is definitely the double match point move. We're not scared of the blots. If you were to hit from the bar here or here, he has a 1 point board and a 15 direct shots from the bar, and we have the stronger inner board. This would be my normal play. So unless we're gammon go, we might consider this play, but I think, we don't have too good flexibility here as well for the blitz. We can only we basically have builders from the 8 point, and that's it. So it's not a super good developing move. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I just want to make this play. could even consider this play. Nah, I'm just gonna play this one. Yeah, clear play. Okay guys, you can try it out if you want. bgtrain.com. It's really fun. You get a rating, and your rating decreases every time you get a right answer. It's very difficult. These positions are not easy, and if you just play fast, just scroll through positions, you're not gonna get any of them right. It takes a lot of effort and thought, but I think for me it really trains my backgammon intelligence and forces me to use my brain cells and my neurons, and I like it a lot. So this is one of the way that I'm training my backgammon skills. Okay guys, that's it for now. Maybe we're gonna do this style video, or this type of video again another time. If you like it, let me know in the comment section. Remember to subscribe and like this video. And that's it for now. Take care. See you at backgammongalaxy.com.